talking about 2020. Here's a clip from Big Meech.
It's a trick. And what I mean by it's a trick, sometimes
when you go to court,
see high numbers, like 30 years, for instance. And like, oh no, I'm going to trial. They don't have no evidence on me, no physical evidence or no wiretap on me, so I'm going to trial. But that's a trick. Because see, now if you go to trial, you're going to get the high end, which is life. You're facing a 30 life sentence. But you're going to get the high end, whatever, it's 100 years. You know what I'm saying? If you lose, and see, it's not about the evidence when you go to trial, it's about the witness testimony. One witness will get you a life sentence. One witness. So so what, they didn't have no evidence on you, or you talking about anything. They got a man sitting on the stand saying you used to get 200-300 kilos a week from it. You know what I'm saying? They got another man saying that you used to sell him 200 or 300 a week. Now you're going to do a life when you could have took the 30. You know what I'm saying? And when you take the 30, you lose appeal rights, meaning that you can't file a direct appeal or come back to court on appeal like as if you had went to trial. What you have is a 2255 motion that you can file within a year after being sentenced. That's your deadline. You got a year to file it. Within a year after being sentenced, you can file a 2255 motion, and that's like 6 or 7 issues.
So beware, buyer beware. If you're going to buy into the Dove Game 2021 this summer, know that Detroit SWAT is coming in a city near you, wherever they are. Because that kind of time that Big Meech is talking about, man, is what you really have to look at. You won't see your kids, either way it goes. 30 years, come on, bro. I mean, what we getting it for? A piece of gold? We kings. We come from a land that has mountains filled with gold. So the tokenism that's offered on the table, slang and bang as the survival mechanism, is actually the cheese in the trap to put you in a scenario like this where you either get life or do 30 years just by being associated. I know a guy that his wife, she cried like a baby when she used to come down to the barber shops about hoping him being in a Texas federal prison, having to get up at 3:30 in the morning and work, that somebody would hear her cry. But no, just his brother, because he had a prior having a 1/4 ounce of cocaine, got him life. 99 years, fair time. Their aim is to destroy you. No, Mrs. Harris is not going to go down there and deal with that border until she get ready, based on her feelings. But the truth of the matter is, the dope is coming over as we speak. Nothing against immigration on mine, as long as you do it decently and in order, and there's enough jobs for everybody. I don't mind. I love the poor, but listen, on the drug game, why do all these countries, from heroin, 500 tons caught in 2019, and 40 tons in 2019 of cocaine, 500 tons was heroin. Look at Seattle, look at the cities. Look at Detroit and what happened to that city. So you're talking about mass destruction, a weapon of genocide. And as we speak, these brothers got sentenced by black prosecutors like Mrs. Harris. And to not go down there after they have proof of kilos. And I'm not to salt Miss Harris down. I love my sister. There's nothing wrong with her being in the position she's in, but for us to be in any position and not, when we have the power in our hand, do good. Because if you cut the dragon's head off at the borders and stop the drugs, come on, man. All that drugs coming from the southern border, we know there are other places, Pakistan, Afghanistan, China, and all of that produces it. But capitalism in this sense is not shocking, because America and Britain did deal with China based on the same product. So they understand how it works, but for them to look the other way and not sanction the cities that send the massive drugs, when knowing there's unemployment, knowing that if you have a felon, it's going to be hard to get a job, and knowing this would be the end result, who benefits? He's not going to sit in his cell all his life. He's going to go out and be a trustee and do the work that they would be paying somebody else to produce. especially for private businesses that have contracts to prisons. And again, the pinky ring, the man at top that benefits from the private prisons is the underground slavery. The drug is the trap. They make a big deal about him moving kilos, but they won't do no sanctions from where the countries, where it come from. So you know they looking the other way. 323 metric tons in 92, 93. And you're looking at what it is today, God knows, and the borders are still wide open. Now, I'm speaking on the 1st of June, so I'm hoping that when she gets down there, this sister, she will see the devastation that it has caused towards her people. And it's okay to pay attention to the immigration. She got to deal with that. But blacks have been destroyed, entire communities, because of the drugs moving from the southern border, Pacific. Not to make it a racist thing, it's just the truth and the facts. Look at Border Patrol. And you can look at, just get in there and look at drugs, America drugs. You can see, do documentaries. Look what the devastation is. Look what happens to our brothers. The separation from the families and they're in chains. Come on, man. We gonna act like that stuff don't exist. Does Black Lives Matter now? We'll tell them to put something at the border and stop them drugs from coming in. And then we can do the Nipsey Hustle and create the jobs. I'll give you the last word, Jeremiah 23 in Hoods.